Atomic Maverick 100 Ti. This is the widest ski in the Maverick line, the most soft snow oriented. Maybe you live out west, maybe you live in Colorado or Utah or something like that, or maybe you live here on the east and you just prefer being on a wider platform. This ski is fantastic. I think you do lose a little bit of edge-to-edge quickness and carving performance compared to the 95 and 88 Ti, but it's still pretty good on firm snow, and it's a ton of fun when you take it off trail too. Something that I think is interesting is Atomic has 3 skis that are 100 underfoot that share relatively similar shapes. So towards the end of this video, we can speak a little bit about how those are different from each other and who is best choosing which. I don't know if I worded that correctly, but whatever. This ski is really cool in how they build it. They use Atomic's Omatic core. What's cool about it is it has quite a bit of metal in its construction, but they keep the weight down. So the 180 centimeter length, which I believe is, no, this is a 172. So anyways, the 180 centimeter length comes in right around 1,800 grams, which is pretty darn impressive for a ski that long, that wide, with metal. So poplar wood core, 2 sheets of metal, but that metal is a little bit thinner than what we see in like a race ski or even some all-mountain skis that use metal. I like when companies use that thinner metal. I think you gain most of the performance benefits of metal, but I think this is a perfect example. It allows the manufacturer to keep the weight down. Skis that are really heavy can be kind of fatiguing, especially over the course of a long day of skiing. So in this ski, you kind of get the benefits of both worlds, so to speak. We also get Horizon Tech in the tips of these skis. So that's kind of borrowed from their more freeride oriented skis. Just increases the performance in soft snow, gives this tip, the whole forebody of the ski, just a little bit more adaptability. Whether you're hitting a pocket of soft snow or whether you're hitting like an unexpectedly firm mogul. I think having that design in the tip really helps, just gives this ski a more user-friendly feel, just more versatility for different snow conditions. Definitely a directional shape in these Mavericks. That's true in the whole Maverick line. This is their directional all-mountain category, but we get a nice amount of tip rocker up here. Slightly progressive through the line, so as you get wider, you get a little bit more tip rocker up here. And then there's longer tip rocker than tail rocker, but I think it's important to kind of point out the amount of tail rocker in these skis. Lengthwise, at least, there's a substantial amount back there. And then camber underfoot, I think that's pretty important to a ski like this. You got to give it a little bit of camber underfoot, kind of retain that responsiveness, the energy. I think most skiers just, I think camber is important. I think most skiers, we overlooked that as an industry for a little while, for at least for a couple of years there. But camber is a big reason or a big part of what gives a ski like a responsive, rewarding feel. So when it comes to performance and application of this ski, the way I think of the Maverick skis and the 100 too is among the wide range of skis in this width range on the market, kind of like the Mavericks feet fall right in the middle. So there are definitely skis out there that are stronger, that are more powerful, that have greater vibration damping. There are also skis that are lighter, that are more playful, that are more agile. But if you want the combination of all of those elements, this is easily one of the best on the market. You do get good edge grip, you get good vibration damping, you get good stability from that construction, but when you take it off trail, you're really benefiting from the fact that it has a little more rocker than most skis in this category, that it's a little lighter than most skis in this category, and that you get that Horizon Tech. There's also like a cool amount of early taper to the tail here, so that's kind of going along with that rocker and making the ski just less catchy in the tail. So that really comes in handy if you're skiing like a tight chute somewhere, or if you're skiing a tight tree line, you really need to get the ski to come around behind you quickly and efficiently without like taking too much of your effort. That tail just does a great job with that. So very, very well-rounded. We've had like ripping testers on them, people with race backgrounds, and just watching what they can do with them is pretty crazy. But then you can get on them and kind of flick them around, and there's some playfulness to it too, which I think is sweet. I mentioned those other skis that Atomic makes, that are around 100 underfoot or 100 underfoot exactly. We get the bent 100, and then we also get the backland 100. So the way that I kind of like to think about those skis is if you're a pretty aggressive skier, if you demand a certain amount of power and vibration damping, you ski fast, you ski aggressively, you like to get high edge angles and really like drive a ski, Maverick is where you want to be. If you're more of a touring skier, not to say that you couldn't tour on these and you couldn't tour on the bent 100, but that's where the backland 100 really, really shines. That ski sheds quite a bit of weight compared to the other two. And then if you want the twin tip, that's would be another reason to go towards bent 100. So that question has come up quite a bit. A lot of people have kind of noticed the similarities in shapes between all the three of those skis, and kind of the question has been posed to us quite a few times of like, how do I choose between them? And I think that's the best way to do so. So if you're an aggressive high-end all-mountain skier and you want a ski that has the same feel, Maverick 100 Ti is where you want to be. So that's it. That's the Maverick 100. Great ski from Atomic. I think the whole Maverick line is sweet. I think they did a phenomenal job. These skis replaced the Vantage skis, and I, to be honest, wasn't a huge fan of the Vantage skis. And yeah, I can sit here and just honestly say that I think these are fantastic skis. So great job, Atomic. Let us know if you have any questions about it, and we'll see you out there on the hill.